When single shines the triple sun, what was sundered and undone shall be whole, the two make one, by Gelfling hand or else by none. By Gelfling hand? Do you know what that means, Kira?
Wait. This is a piece of the dark crystal.
Then that's what my master meant.
Yes.
Peace. Now is a vibrate. This is a message. So disclaimer. This is a message to other messengers, to other beings who feel like they channel insight. They feel, one of the main things is you feel disgusted, and I'm express the wholeness of that. You feel disgusted when you look around and you see how many people are psychic or, claim to be channelers and tapped into certain insight, but then they don't share it. You know what I'm saying? Now, as I say that, it takes tactfulness to share certain messages. You know what I'm saying? It takes a certain level of saying things in a certain manner. So when I bring this up, that doesn't mean that this is for everybody, but I'm just, laying down that you could say just laying down that truth for you to understand the wholeness of the situation. Like, again, to express how one who feels that they should deliver messages may feel, because again, like with me, expressing things through my YouTube channel, and things of this nature, one had to deal with me feeling like, like looking around and feeling like, like, fuck, nobody's expressing the truth. Like, all these people claim to be so genuine and authentic and truthful and, tapped in. And one of the things that kind of aggravate me is like how, I'm so spiritually gangster and tough, but yet I won't give you the straight up truth of what's going on, Now, as I say that, I done had my moments, what I'm saying, of dealing with my own little inner spiritual attacks, my ego trying to, sabotage and prevent me from sharing certain messages fully and, things of that nature. So I understand that sometimes, the road sometimes could be tough to be realistic, you know what I'm saying? But for the most part, you just really feel like, damn, like, man, nobody is really sharing this truth straightforward, And then also, you're a being who channels information. With these, you channel insight, again, the clear cognizance. You get almost like a whole storyline of insight and know it's true without having to read a book about it, And as I say that, there's a balance and a tactfulness with that, what I'm saying? Like, if we're going to share channeled messages, a certain insight, we know that what we're channeling and sharing is, something that is an inner knowing, despite having, read a book about it or anything of that nature. But when sharing certain insight, is always a big plus to, add some form of reference, that people can go to, kind of like energy of like, hey, for the record, what I'm saying? What I channeled is also similar to this Rudolf Steiner book or this book by Valentino Straighten, or this book by so-and-so, or, or Dan Winter's video, or, having some form of, rational or logical, aspect to, should I say, a logical or rational explanation of, what you channeled. Now, having that aspect, but then also, if not, if you don't have it in that moment, make sure that you share, like, hey, disclaimer, take what resonate, leave what don't, because what I'm sharing is a message that I don't have, any book reference that says this exactly like, I'm receiving the channel. So, you have that. So, again, message to the messenger. Those of you who really feel that urge to share insight, you're capable, of channeling with ease. This is, you don't have to like ever since a little kid, you would just pick up on insight, again, like before you even knew what meditation was, or even, before you knew about certain exercises and skill sets to sharpen your ability, your ability was always strong. So that's how because again, what I'm doing is sharing these different things so you could check off on the list, like, all right, man, I do feel like, there ain't enough people talking about these things, and, and I do have this skill set to channel insight, and, that being two of the main things. And then just, what the message is, what I'm getting to, because it came to me like when you hit the situation of like, bark, some people got the bark without the bite. And, what came to me for messengers is like, hey, if you're a messenger, remember that your bark is your bite. Let me say that again, your bark is your bite. So you actually speaking on these things is you taking action. Because that's the main thing too right now, is our actions speaking louder than our words. It's like, it ain't about just knowing about certain things, it's about actually applying it, But remember that if you're a messenger, a part of your application, a part of the actions that you gotta take is talking. It is sharing this insight. And that's in alignment with, again, you applying what you're aware of within your own life, within your own realm, what I'm saying? But definitely, don't get caught up in the confusion of like when you hear these simple cliches as like it's all about the, like you gotta be able to bite and not just bark, realize again that your bite is your bark, But everybody's not here to share or deliver messages, So again, this what I'm sharing right now, if what I was saying at the beginning, wasn't resonating, you wasn't, feeling the vibe, so to speak, then, you're not meant to be a messenger in that type of manner, because there are messengers that deliver messages in other manners. But I'm starting to realize more and more, it's about delivering the message, straight up. Of course it's gonna have, again, a certain level of tactfulness, because I had to learn that lesson, of being like extremely straightforward. You know, when you're extremely straightforward in a matrix or a realm where, you know, most people, places, and things are set up to not be that straightforward, you know, you're almost like, you know, like just making it tough upon yourself in essence by doing that. Because I'm not gonna say that, you know, again, like nothing outside you can stop you from doing what you gotta do, but you know, again, it's the inner world and outer world. So, you know, if you're working against your toxic habits and, you know, certain toxic thoughts, you know, certain toxic aspects of your ego, you don't want to also, you know, because again, like with the inner work, if it's something that I need to fast from or something I need to do to, you know, health wise, I'm not just gonna keep talking about it. You know, I'ma just do it. You know, that catches, you know, again, it catches your own being off guard. You know, your monkey mind don't have a chance to try to implant all kind of shit when you just jump right into whatever healthy habits you want to start, you know, tapping into, you know, without keep proclaiming it, you know, to, you know, the monkey mind kind of catch on and start persuading you to do all kind of distractive shit, you know. So always remember, inner work, outer work, and with sharing messages, you know, having to understand the responsibility and accountability that comes with that, and having to follow through. You know, I realize it's just like, you know, like having children in essence, and that's not to say the people you share messages to are your children, you know. But let's just say the act of sharing messages is like a child. Let's say that. And let's just say you got to take care of your child. You know what I'm saying? You can't just, you know, bring forth that child and then just leave that child in the cold. You know, gotta follow through. And also one of the biggest things with sharing messages is always sharing, you know, solutions. You know, be straightforward and share the truth, again, with tactfulness. So that means, you know, again, I always say awareness without fear mongering. You know, you want to be aware of the, you know, the things in the shadows and, you know, all the little toxic antagonists that exist, you know, but again, being aware of it in a manner that allows for you to not be shaken by it, you know. You know, you're aware of the antagonists in a manner where you're not scaring yourself. You're actually aware of the antagonist in a manner where you could actually stand up to it, you know. But again, this message is to the messengers. The bark is the bite. And as messengers, of course, you know, for the most part, you're going to have other things that you're doing. So that's why, again, yes, it is about the action. Actions speak louder than words. But you got to have that balanced awareness to know who you are as a messenger and know that, all right, yeah, I do have to make sure I'm aware of cryptocurrency and NFTs and do what I got to do in that area. I know if you want to travel, you know, you got to take actions. And again, like more so what I realized, like what most of the new age spiritual insight could possibly, like, you know, be a distraction to deter you is that, yeah, you know, you want to be present, you know, it's about being, but you also want to have a plan. Again, it's a balance. You know, yeah, we tapping into the intuition. Yeah, we're tapping into the divine feminine, you know, a little more than the masculine to balance things out. but again, it's never to an extreme, you know. So you do want to have plans, you know, you do want to make plans, you know, long-term, short-term. You know, it doesn't mean you have to be meticulous or, you know, be, you know, like extremely micromanaging with your plans. You know, again, and that's what you'll just see across the board. You know, it's all a balance, you know, and you start to realize by looking at how easy it is to be extreme and how tough it is to be balanced, you know, and it's like anybody could be extreme, but, you know, you gotta kind of gotta have your head on a swivel to know that, all right, gotta eat a little bit of alkalinity, and then I can't be extreme because my teeth will get brittle and my stomach acid will stop working, so I gotta, you know, balance with eating things a little acidic. You know, and I say acidic, you know, there are certain healthy foods that have a little acid level to it, like tomatoes or something like that, you know what I'm saying? But this ain't the conversation, but, you know, but again, being aware that your bite is your bark if you are a messenger. Because what could happen is like you hear all that rhetoric about, oh, well, you know, it's action. You know, it ain't about just talking. But again, if you are a messenger, again, a part of your bite is your bark. Is a part of what you're here to do is to share insight, you know what I'm saying, to help others activate and tap into their own insight. You know what I'm saying? Just like what this message is right now, you know what I'm saying? This is, in essence, you know, like a activation, you know, algorithm or video in essence. You know, it's gonna awaken, you know, that messenger that is meant for, you know, some messengers, like, again, straddling the fence or hearing cliche statements like it's about, you know, walking the walk and not talking the talk. But just remember, again, a part of your walk is talking, a part of your bite is barking. Whoo! I should just leave it right there, you know what I'm saying? If you're the messenger, you know, I appreciate you and I love you for holding the space that you're holding. You know, because on a, you know, like wireless quantum level, you know, no matter where you at in the world, just by you starting to share and deliver the messages, you know, that's bringing that energy into the space, you know, and making it, you know, more and more easier for the, you know, the true and whole truth, you know, of all the messages to come through, you know. And again, that reminder, yes, it does come with tactfulness, you know, like, hey man, this place is hell, and it's like, whoa, you know what I'm saying? And again, we all done had, you know, some of us done had those moments, because this is also for the messenger who grew up in a family without any messengers as mentors, you know, whatever is work. You know, some of us chose families that didn't have any esoteric or, you know, just deeper insight into, you know, spirituality, and it's not for us to blame them, but again, it's like, you know, for the messenger that, you know, again, that also grew up without any messengers in the family or any, you know, mentors to help you know how to, you know, share that information. You know, just be aware that, yes, you do want to be tactful, you know, and realize if you're a channeler, I got a video I did on channeling that, you know, be aware of how you channel, but you also got to apply, you know, because sometimes you could be channeling. I ain't even gonna get too deep into it. I tagged the channeling video I did. You know, that's a whole separate thing, but, you know, making sure that you're also applying what you're channeling, Because yes, you know, you tapping into the message, but it's also along with the message is like, all right, since I hear what I just shared, or I gotta, you know, re-listen to what I just shared, you know, now it's time for me to apply that in my realm. And I spoke on that before about how I had to take a break because I didn't, you know, again, like no mentors, and that's no excuse, you know, because you know, you just gotta do better, do your best, learn as you go. But you know, I got into that space of like channeling insight, but I was channeling and not fully digesting and not fully applying, you know, only applying and digesting so much. So, you know, also be aware of that. But that's it. You know, yo, I say that your walk is your talk, your bite is your bark. I know that Louisiana accent probably got it sounding funny, but you know what I'm saying. You know, you peep the language regardless of my accent. You know what I'm saying. But peace now is the only thing that exists is right now. Transmuting the past, creating the future right now. Love y'all, appreciate y'all. You got this. When I say you got this, doesn't mean being fairy tale land about it. You know, again, optimism while being aware of what's, you know, what you're truly dealing with. Again, it's the inner world first, then external world. Peace. Now's the vibrate. Y'all know what it is. Love y'all.